a stillness in the air as the Vindicare Assassin enters the gauntlet, cloaked in darkness aside from the glint of his visor. He checks his ammo supplies and turns to face the teeth and claws head on. The Genestealers swarm and circle as the Vindicare Assassin readies his Exodus weaponry for a fight. Each competitor will face endless waves of Genestealers with only their raw stats and abilities as well as their faction rule. No enhancements, no stratagems, and no detachment abilities. Today's challenger is the Vindicare Assassin. Guns aplenty with an Exodus rifle and pistol and a combat knife for when he's up close and personal. I'll be honest, his abilities and weaponry are completely ill-suited for this gauntlet, but it's fun to see the underdog sometimes. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got the big 1000 in our sights. And keep the gauntlet suggestions coming. Check out the Patreon and Discord in the video description, and let's begin. The Vindicare Assassin is completely still, surveying the scene before him. And then quick as a flash, he draws his pistol and fires a burst of 3 Exodus rounds. All 3 of them hit their marks, and 3 Genestealers drop to the floor without a sound being made. The Vindicare Assassin then steps out from the darkness and charges into the beasts. Though not a natural melee fighter, his combat blade twirls in his hands and he hits with 2 precision strikes, cutting a Genestealer down. This was always going to be a problem today, and not enough attacks leave 1 Genestealer alive. Claws immediately rake across the Vindicare Assassin's armor, and of the 2 wounds caused, he can only save 1, dropping him to 3 wounds already. He does better this time as another flurry hits him and he manages to pivot and avoid the only wound dealt out. The retaliation arrives swiftly and the combat knife scores 2 clean cuts on the Genestealer's vital organs, sending the blood splatter all over the walls and killing it outright. A shaky start, but the Vindicare Assassin makes it past round 1. The Vindicare Assassin steps up and fires his pistol once more. 3 shots and 2 kills, not an inch of wasted motion. He then steps into the melee, despite the obvious disadvantage. The Vindicare Assassin's small blade carves a tight arc, and 1 more Genestealer is cut down. But now there's 2 Genestealers alive, and 8 claws strike at once. The assassin does his best to dodge, but one of the blows lands and he's dropped down to 2 wounds. His lifeblood is wearing thin, but there's no reprise as 8 more strikes slash at him. Again he twists and deflects, but another wound slips through this time, and he's now sat on 1 wound remaining. The Vindicare's vision falters, but his stance tightens and he refuses to fall. He lunges in agony, but the pain makes him deadly, and it's a perfect combat with 4 hits, 4 wounds, and no saves. The last Genestealers of the round are eliminated. Sensing that he wouldn't last much longer, I actually wanted to use the Vindicare's rifle, so he steadies himself for a single perfect shot. Only 1 hit and 1 wound, but the impact is catastrophic, and 6 wounds are inflicted on a Genestealer who is blown to smithereens, completely erased. The assassin charges in again with his dancing blade and scores a full reel of 4 wounds, which kills off 2 Genestealers. However, my hubris in wanting to use the rifle means that 2 Genestealers are now left alive, and you've got to think this is the end of the line for the Vindicare Assassin. 8 attacks from the first round cause only 3 wounds, which are saved by the assassin. And the next 8 attacks only cause 2 wounds this time, and the Vindicare is able to slip these 2. 16 attacks and only 5 wounds caused. That is rubbish. The Vindicare cannot believe his luck and makes the most of the situation by dispatching the remaining Genestealers. He's a wizard with this combat knife. What an incredible round. After round 3, it only makes sense to take it seriously now, so back to the pistol. A wise decision, as 3 Genestealers are downed by 3 inch-perfect shots through vital organs. He draws his knife once again, which is stained with dark, terrible blood, and charges in. Hoping for another perfect round, he slices deeply, but only manages to cause 2 wounds, which do go unsaved, so a Genestealer goes down. Can the Vindicare Assassin weather the melee storm once again? The Genestealer leaps from the side, claws flashing, and lands 4 hits. The 4 hits convert into only 1 wound, but unfortunately the save is failed, and the legendary marksman finally succumbs to his wounds. Out of his element, but definitely not outgunned, the Vindicare Assassin gave a monumental account of himself, with a kill count worthy of the Officio Assassinorum. The Vindicare Assassin has killed 19 Genestealers. I think that's a really good effort, considering his obvious flaws going into something that's so melee focused. And where does that place him on the leaderboard? Being an epic hero, he's unfortunately at the bottom. But we'll see if we can't find a better scenario for the Vindicare to show off one day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep suggesting those models. Please also check out the Discord and the Patreon in the video description. And we'll see you next time.